Hey, what is going on, everybody? Jason here. It is Sunday. It's about 12 o'clock, and we're about to hit up the Goodwill. I have not been here in 2 weeks. I was on vacation last week, and then this week I just haven't had time to come by. So very curious to see what they got in stock there and see if we can find any treasures. If you're new to the channel, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you know when I'm coming out with new videos. And what I do in this series is I go inside, I show you some in-store footage. You can tell me if I missed anything. And then when I get back home, we'll go over everything in detail, tell you why I bought it, how much I paid for it, and how much I think I can get for it. So, all right, let's get inside, see if there's treasures waiting on us. All right, so we're now inside, and the first thing I run into are these ink toners. I'm like, heck yeah, about to rack up. No, not for $26. I mean, they sell for about $25. Here I'm over in the little miscellaneous section. I keep finding tons and tons of ink. Ink does sell, but a lot of this expired in 2010, 2011, so it's 9 to 10 years old. If something's expired for a couple of years, I'll look it up and see if it's worth some money, but if it's expired for 8 or 9 years, I usually don't buy it. That's just too long of an expiration date, and in my opinion, and what I've seen in the past, they just don't sell when they're that old as far as being expired. So here we are just going through some of the miscellaneous baskets here. They keep a lot of cords and things like that in these baskets. Here's a little air purifier. I was looking just to see if it was new by any chance, but it was not. Then back here is some more ink. I think this one was expired in 2013 or 2012. I throw it in the buggy, but I end up putting it back because, again, it's 8 to 9 years old. Here's more ink. Let's see if we can see. That one expired in 2016, so that one's only 4 years old, so I decided to throw it in the buggy to look it up. If you're not familiar with my videos, what I do most of the time is I go around the store and I pick up things that I think look interesting. I throw it in my buggy, and then I pull over to the side and look everything up, just like that electronic dog there. Here's a talking smoke detector. I was like, hey, this is probably pretty good, and then I saw it was $20. Here's my buggy. So I went around the store, piled up tons of stuff. Now it's time to go through and see what of this is worth money. I wasn't sure what these were. They had 4 of them that were brand new. I think they were $10 each. Some sort of monitor. I still don't really know what they are, but I did not pick them up because there was no name brand on them. So here's a collectible plate. It looked like it was nice, $9.99. Wasn't sure if it was really going to be worth anything. I did look it up. It wasn't. It was worth like $10, $15. Here was a snow globe. It was just missing the water. There was nothing inside of it, so I didn't look that up. But snow globes, I've done really well on those. I definitely picked some up that have sold for really good money. So be sure to look up some of your snow globes, especially if you find any Disney ones. This is the miscellaneous section in my Goodwill. I just go through here looking for different things. That's an ashtray. It was made out of plastic, though. Usually some of the old vintage ashtrays, people do collect those, so I thought that was kind of neat. So over here is kind of the wicker wood type stuff. I don't usually buy a lot of this. I know that there are some baskets that can be worth money, but I've never found any, and really I just don't buy anything off that side. But it's on the opposite side of the miscellaneous over here. That was another neat snow globe. Thing was heavy, but as you can tell, the water had browned. I was looking on the bottom to see if it was Disney by any chance, but there was no Disney stamps. Here is a ship snow globe. Thought it was kind of neat too, but it was made in China, so probably not worth any money. And that'll wrap it up for the miscellaneous section. So here I'm over in the glassware, and I know that there's several people that watch my channel that really like to see the glassware aisle, so definitely going to give you a little bit of video today. Again, I do look over here with the glassware. You have to just look at the bottom of it, see who it's made by, look it up, and then you got to remember you got to ship it. So if you're shipping a plate set or a cup set, I'm always scared that it's going to break. So I don't usually buy hardly anything out of this section. I tried it for a little while. I did sell a few things, but they set for a while, and I'm just not versed well enough in this section to realize things don't jump out at me that that they could be worth a lot of money in this section. I'm just not as knowledgeable, but I still like to go through it. I still like to look at things. That bird plate down there that I showed a minute ago, that might have been worth something. I'm not sure. I didn't look that person's name up,
But my Goodwill always has a fair selection of plates and cups and bowls and things like that. Here was a set, but this is Sonoma. I know that that is a more modern brand, and I don't believe that it's a high-end brand. Over here is the coffee cups. You know I'm going to look at the coffee cups. I always do. Here was a pretty neat Colorado one, only 59 cents, but I didn't think it was worth any money because it wasn't a Starbucks or anything like that. There's all the glassware. I never pick anything up from this side right here where you just see your glasses and things like that. I haven't found anything that's valuable, and again, most of this stuff is not stamped, so it doesn't have a way for me to look it up. So there is a quick glance of the glass aisle. Let's move on to the next one. Here is another kind of miscellaneous aisle that's towards the end of the store. I have found some pretty good stuff here over time. You just got to kind of dig through it and see what all they have. I do come across this Fisher-Price camera. I'm not sure if this is vintage or not. I almost feel like it was made to look vintage, but then again, it could have been. I didn't look it up. Here's a Pampered Chef. I don't look a lot of those up anymore. They used to bring in really good money, but I don't believe they do too well these days. That one, again, I did not look up. Could have been worth a little bit, but I have found that they don't sell that well for me. So I'll leave Pampered Chef behind. A lot of Tupperware here. I thought this was kind of neat. This was like an older, looked vintage to me, but again, it's another one I decided not to look up, but I did think it was pretty cool. Ice shot glasses. So, any of y'all have any of those? I don't remember them from the younger years. So this aisle is, like I said, there's a lot of junk in here, and that's what you get with some Goodwills. You got to dig through all the junk to find the good stuff. I found this. I was like, heck yeah, brand new sealed ink. I'm like, $20. You got to be kidding me. But I decided to look it up just to see how close in price they are. It expired in October of 2003. So this thing is 17? Is that 17 years old? Yes, 17 years old. So that ink, probably nobody's going to buy it. And I couldn't even find any listings for it, probably because it was 17 years old. So definitely threw that one back. But that's just another prime example that my Goodwill has gotten ridiculous, and you're going to see some more in a minute. Look, $8 for this pool filter. That should be $1.99. I do go ahead and scan it just to see. And the reason I'm scanning things now is because I've pretty much been through most of the store. This is one of my last aisles to go down, so I decided to scan them. And it looks like you can. Some people were asking $30 for them, but let's go to the sold listings and see if they're actually selling for that. And if you look at the solds, nope, somebody's selling them for $9, $10. One did sell for $25, so I'll leave that one behind. At $8, by the time you ship it, there's just not enough there. Not enough meat on the bone for me. All right, so now I turn around and we're over here on the Christmas aisle. They still have an entire Christmas section, and at the very bottom, I spot these Disney's, Pooh and Pals, that go on the Christmas tree like Christmas balls. And they don't have just one of them, but they have two. So go ahead and grab both of them and look them up. They want $10 a piece for them. I did look those up, and unfortunately, people were only asking like $14, $15 for them, and I couldn't find any sold. So I had to end up putting those back later on. All right, so check this out. I find this suit. It's a Brooks Brothers 1818 Fitzgerald. That is a very good brand to look out for, but they want $50 for that suit. That is unbelievable. Here is a iron-on Nike Antonio Brown. It's not even stitched jersey. I knew it was going to be ridiculously priced, but I decided to go ahead and look anyway. $30 for that jersey. Here is another one. This is a Reebok. I think that's Deuce Staley. Look at it, how it's all messed up. Not even in great condition. What do y'all think Goodwill's going to ask for it? Drum roll, please. $30. That's just crazy. Here's a pair of Asics shoes, $17.99. I'm telling you guys, my Goodwill has absolutely lost their mind on prices. I did talk to the manager and tell her about it. She agreed. She said they had new employees pricing. I said, well, you probably need to fire all of them, or at least train them. $19.99 for some off-brand, what was that, Viotti shoes? I mean, it's gotten crazy. And believe it or not, though, I do find something here in just a second. But when I was seeing the price of these shoes, I started to get discouraged, but this will show you why you shouldn't. Look at that, $25 for a pair of Dockers. Can't you get those at Walmart? And then here's the good find. I find these Keen steel-toed they're kind of like work shoes. Those things were only $9.99. So that just goes to show you, if you start getting discouraged, even like I was looking at some of these prices, still just keep going through the shoes. You still might find you a little gem here or there. So I did find those Keens, which was a really, really nice find. I'll show those here again in a minute. Here are some Guide 10. I've never seen anything like these. They only wanted $8 for those. I think that's just an off-brand shoe. Yeah, a lot of these shoes are just nowhere near worth the price that they're asking for. Even if you were wanting to buy them for yourself, I wouldn't pay some of these prices. But the shoe section is definitely one of my favorites to look through. And I take my time and make sure that I don't miss out on anything, because I've done so well with shoes over the time. You would think people return shoes a lot, but they don't. I very rarely, I can't even tell you the last time I had a return on a pair of shoes. So I thought these were neat. These were Tommy's. I was like, hey, are these vintage? But I couldn't really tell, and they were also pretty beat up. So I didn't decided just to put them back. There was some Asics for $7.99. That wasn't a bad price, but those things were pretty beat up. So that'll do it for the shoe aisle. All right, so I really didn't find enough to do a junk in the trunk detailed thrift haul, so I decided to just kind of go over everything in the buggy here. These are actually dog bark spray. I guess it helps the dog not to bark. I really don't understand it, but I couldn't find any comps on it, but I do know they sell well. Here are some Keen steel toe work boots for $10. I should be able to get 45 plus shipping. Here is a smart beep game. It was only $1.49. I'll pick little stuff up like this because it's just a picture of the front, picture of the back, and it'll probably sell for $12 pretty easy. So I'll make $7, $8 profit. Here is a Sherwin Vega center channel. It does work. I should be able to get 60 or more for that one. Here is a NCAA baseball game. It was $5.49. I can sell it on Amazon used for over $22. It is complete on the inside, so that was a nice little find. My Goodwill typically does not do video games anymore. They send all of theirs off to the online location, so I was very lucky to find those. Here I found a ton of Bob Ross DVDs, and then I found a few more later on. They were all $1.99 a piece. I found 8 in total, and I have them listed on eBay for $59.99 for all 8 of them, and I have one watcher already. This movie here ended up not having the correct movie inside, so I ended up leaving it behind.
All right, I am out of the Goodwill. How'd y'all like those prices? that was horrible. I still found a few things, but I really stayed there like an hour trying to find stuff. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough on days like that where everything is so overpriced. Nothing's really worth buying, but I did find some things. You know, I found the center channel, the Keen steel toe shoes. Those are going to be good. That's $40, $50. Those Bob Ross DVDs, I'm not sure if they're selling or not, but for $2 a piece, I'll bundle them all together and see what happens. And then of course you saw everything else. So all right, that'll be it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hope y'all are having a great week out there. Good luck reselling.